Friends, when you think of a galaxy, what comes to your mind? A swirling, majestic pinwheel of billions of stars, right? Like our Milky Way or Andromeda, bright, vibrant cosmic cities lit with nuclear fire. We tend to define the universe by the light we can see, but what if I told you that some of this most important structures in the cosmos are completely dark? NASA has just confirmed the existence of something spectacular, something that has been hiding in the dark corners of the universe for billions of years, and they call it Cloud 9. Now, that name sounds dreamy, almost paradise like, but the reality of Cloud 9 is cold, lonely, and massive cosmic failure. Using the legendary Hubble Space Telescope, astronomers have identified a first of its kind object. It has a mass of a dwarf galaxy. It occupies the space of a galaxy but has almost zero stars. It is pristine cloud of primordial gas held together not by the gravity of the glittering suns but by a massive invisible halo of the dark matter. It is a failed galaxy, a cosmic seed that never managed to sprout. Today we are going to take the journey back to the dawn of the universe to understand why Cloud 9 failed and what it's made of, and why this invisible giant might be the key to understanding the scaffolding of our entire reality. Alright, let's proceed. So what exactly is this thing? Officially, scientists have a very catchy acronym for it, and it's called a RELHIC. That stands for Reionization-Limited H I Cloud. Don't worry, we are not going to break down further. Think of Cloud 9 as a fossil. It's a leftover piece of the early universe that got stuck in time. Physically, it's an enormous concentration of the neutral hydrogen gas. It's hovering in the local universe, not terribly far from our own local group of galaxies, but despite being relatively close to the cosmic term, it's incredibly hard to find it. Why? Because the hydrogen gas in its own doesn't shine like a star. If you were floating inside Cloud 9, you wouldn't see a dazzling sky. You would almost see a total darkness. Hubble didn't find it by looking for a visible light. Scientists found it by looking for the very faint radio signatures that cold hydrogen gas emit, something called the 21 centimeter line. When they found this massive blob of gas, they realized something was wrong. An object this big with this much hydrogen, which is the fuel of the stars, should be making stars. Gravity should have pulled that gas together until it ignited into a nuclear fusion. If it was a normal dwarf galaxy, it should have been glittering with millions of young blue stars. Instead, Hubble looked at the spot where the gas was and found nothing. Maybe one or two lonely stars, but essentially it was absolutely dark. It's a ghost town the size of a galaxy, and brought up the billion-dollar question: why did it die before it was even born? To understand why Cloud 9 failed, we need a quick lesson on how to build a galaxy. In the early universe, things were fairly simple. You had hydrogen gas and you had gravity. Gravity wants to pull everything together. And if you have a big enough cloud of gas, gravity starts squeezing it towards the center. As gas gets squeezed, it gets denser. Denser pockets collapse further, heat up, eventually, boom, a star is born. Do that a billion times and you have a galaxy. So what stopped Cloud 9? The answer lies in that complicated acronym and that was mentioned earlier, which is RELHIC. The key word there is the reionization. About a few hundred millions years after the Big Bang, the universe underwent a dramatic makeover called the era of reionization. Before the era, the universe was like a thick, dark fog of neutral hydrogen. Then, the very first monstrous stars and the supermassive black hole turned on. These things were incredibly violent. they blasted out intense ultraviolet radiation. This UV light acted like a cosmic blowtorch. It burned out the fog away and ionizing the remaining hydrogen gas. This was great for the universe as a whole. It made space transparent, allowing light to travel freely, but it was terrible for small developing galaxies like Cloud 9. Here is the crux of the failure. To make stars, gas need to be cold so it can clump together. But during the reionization, the intense background radiation from other galaxies heated up by the gas inside Cloud 9, it got too hot. The heat created outward pressure that fought against the inward pull of the gravity. It was a cosmic tug of war. In a big galaxy like our Milky Way, gravity won. But in Cloud 9, the heat won. The gas got too energized to collapse into stars. It was sterilized by the light of the rest of the universe. Cloud 9 is a victim of the cosmic climate change that happened 13 billion years ago. But this leads to a deeper mystery. If the gas is hot and pushing outwards, why didn't Cloud 9 evaporate entirely? Well, is it still hanging together as a coherent cloud? And after all this time, it is still there. Something must be holding it together. Something with immense gravity that we cannot see. And this is where enters the dark matter. We know that the ordinary stuff, that atom that make up stars, gas, planet, and us, only accounts for about 5% of the universe. About 27% is dark matter that we cannot see, we cannot touch, or interact with except through its gravity. Scientists believe that the dark matter forms the invisible scaffolding of the universe. It's like a giant cosmic spider web. Ordinary gas follow the standard path and falls into the strands of this web, pulls up in the knots and form galaxies. Usually, when we look at the galaxy, we are seeing the bright decoration, the stars hanging on that invisible dark matter Christmas tree. But the Cloud 9 is different because it never formed the decoration. It is almost pure tree. Scientists calculated that Cloud 9 is dominated by the dark matter. Hydrogen gas we see is just the lights sprinkling on top of the massive dark matter halo. This is why scientists are so excited. Cloud 9 is practically naked dark matter laboratory. In normal galaxy, the physics of exploding stars and supernovae mess up the environment, making it hard to study the underlying dark matter. But Cloud 9 is it is pristine. It is a place where we can test our theories about what dark matter actually is and how it behaves when left alone. If our theories about dark matters are wrong, objects like Cloud 9 shouldn't exist. The fact that the Hubble found it is massive confirmation that our basic models of the universe is on the right track. The discovery of Cloud 9 is humbling reminder of how much the universe is hidden from us. From decades, the astronomers predicted these dark galaxies and they said that they should exist. They existed in our computer simulation, but finding one in the real world proved incredibly difficult. It was like trying to find a specific black cat in a coal cellar. But Hubble, even after decades of surveys, is still showing us things we have never seen before. Scientists believe Cloud 9 isn't alone. There could be thousands, maybe millions of these failed galaxies floating in the void between the bright ones. Cosmic ghosts, silent and dark, holding onto the secrets of the early universe. They are the reminder that sometimes to understand the light, you have to stare into the darkness. So friends, what do you think? Does the idea of invisible starless galaxies surrounding us feel spooky or exciting? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the deep dive into the dark side of cosmos, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss out our next discovery. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep looking up.